Welcome to Shop Live with Mimi and Russ. We're coming to you again, as usual, from my beautiful North Raleigh studio where we work privately by appointment only with our customers. So it's your time and our time together so we can take care of you.
And it's fun time.
And it's fun time. We're going to welcome you tonight, and we've got some fun things we're going to go over. We're going to show you some of the design process, some of the things we're working on, a couple of things that we finished. And Mimi's going to talk about our recent Cuba missions trip we did. And Gabrielle's got a great carrots and cocktails for us. So where to begin? Cuba?
We'll talk about Cuba.
Okay.
We have had a lot of clients who are generous enough to help with donations. Basically, when people asked what we needed to take to Havana, we really just needed everything.
They have little to nothing. They really can't. The basics, we can go get something from the drugstore, grocery store anytime we want. They don't have those basic things even like glue or Band-Aid or, feminine hygiene products or toothbrushes and toothpaste. They're almost non-existent in Cuba.
So we'll start off. We have a few pictures to show you. We managed to take over 600 pounds of donations. We had
11 suitcases we were able to take. 11
So
suitcases.
we took clothing, we had food, we had feminine products, we had work
Medicine.
gloves, we had veterinary medicine and dog food because we've made contact with a rescue group in Havana and they were so appreciative. So it's funny, God different people brought different things, and when Jay and I were packing, we're like, oh yeah, I wanted to get that, but I never got to it. And you end up getting there and you have everything that you needed for that trip. But you can see us here when we landed in Havana. We were pretty tired. We didn't get any sleep the night before.
We had to get up like at 4 o'clock.
Yeah. So I just have some different pictures to show you from the trip. Walking around the city, we stayed in central Havana, which was a different experience this time. Our first trip, we were a little outside of town, so we were right there in the thick of the city, Central Havana. And I was really struck this time by a lot of the artwork and graffiti. The people were really very creative, very expressive, so I just kind of walked around taking pictures.
Hey, it's funny how y'all stopped in front of that Hola Sexy.
It just made me laugh, it's like somebody with a sense of humor. We saw a lot of beautiful metal statues and whatnot. Of course, one thing that was very fun, was just the noteworthy thing are the cars, all the old cars that most have some original parts.
Mostly they've been pieced together, they're bondoed together. They look a lot better than they really are when you see them up close, but they've actually had to take the gasoline engines out. Each of these cars now has Toyota diesel engines in them. They're straight drive cars because it's much more efficient for them. These engines last forever and they're very easy to maintain. So they switched all the old gasoline engines out to Toyota diesel engines in these
And they
40s
stink.
and 50s and cars.
They stink.
They smell terrible. Yeah.
This is a picture of Russ and I on the balcony of the Airbnb where we stayed in central Havana.
And it looks much nicer than it really is. The streets are
Well,
very,
I have a
very
picture
bad.
of the street. Our place was 2 stories. There was 27 steps up to the first floor. We had a couple of bedrooms and a big spiral staircase that went to the roof, and we spent a lot of time on the roof because it was very hot. But this is the street. You can see it's just very common. There's trash. They just throw trash out in the streets, and it's really kind of like 100 years ago.
In this area, there's always just kids playing in the street. They play marbles in the street on the sewer tank, the tops, those metal tops you see in the road, round tops.
Yeah.
They play marbles on those. And there's really no grass and no trees anywhere in town like that they can play on and use. So the children, the animals, everybody are just on the street and the sidewalk all the time.
Yeah. This is almost all of our team. The girl on the left is Gypsy. She's our contact there. She translates and helps arrange whatever we need while we're there.
If you'd ever like to go to Cuba, she'll be happy to help show you around.
And then there's Tracy in the black and white dress, and Russ and I, that's a cannon sticking in the ground. They use it as a block that alleyway from cars going down there. This is a picture of us one night on a balcony, still in central Havana. The power had been off a good part of that night, so we weren't sure if we were going to be able to get dinner or not, but I liked how that picture turned out. These are some of the children. Russ's ministry was really like the candy ministry. When we got there, we had school supplies and candy and all types of things for the children, toothbrushes, toothpaste. And so when we went out during the day, we took our backpacks, and whenever we saw children, Russ had such a good time doing that. But these were two cute little girls.
They were very appreciative of anything you
were
give
sweet.
them to.
And one of them gave me a kiss after that. This is Tracy and I next to the cars. And then when you walk around, it's like 100 years ago. They have to buy fresh produce, what they can find. They really don't grow any crops. A lot of these are just ancient trees that they harvest from. These street vendors are out.
A lot of these street vendors walk around with a basket or a bag over the back, and they're hollering what they're selling, and it's just like there's no really like convenience stores or markets. There's a few grocery stores, but there's no place to go grab something. So these guys walk around, they sell bread, sell fruit, they sell whatever.
And at all
Mops.
hours of the day and night,
Yeah.
You can hear the bread person walking around at night whistling to know that they were down on the street. It's like 100 years ago. This is a picture of us riding in a 1950 something.
52 Chevrolet. I
So
remember
I have
that
to
car.
stop and think that car was 70 years old. And here's Russ and I. We were walking around one day. His North Carolina hat got a lot of attention.
People kept wanting to trade hats with him.
Yeah. Here's this lady, her food smelled so good. This was up near central Havana where a lot of the cars are parked in front of the hotels. Here's Russ handing out, he became very popular with the kids in the neighborhood.
This was a family that were actually having a birthday party for someone, and I saw about 6 or 8 kids out there, and they were playing in the streets. So I took some of the things over there, and they were very, very appreciative. The guy, I think the grandfather, gave me a big hug. He was quite a tall gentleman, but very, very nice family, and enjoyed meeting them.
And this last picture, this is I have this on my computer screen on my desk. It's 3 generations of Cubans. Ironically, the day before we had been looking at hummingbird art, and we gave these kids some candy. We took that picture just a few seconds and kept going, and when I went back and looked, not only were the hummingbirds above the children, but when you look inside behind the grandmother, there's artwork in there with hummingbirds.
So we were assuming that's probably her son or somebody there must be an artist and did those pictures. We saw those pictures in an art gallery that we went for, like a market basically.
Yeah.
It was incredible to see. We saw those, we're like, wow, this is impressive.
But it was a hard trip. It was very hot. The power was off and on a lot. We didn't have hot water for a few days. So it's like, if you say my idea of camping is the Holiday Inn is not the place for you to go.
No.
We didn't see any Americans while we were there for 6 days. We didn't see any Americans in the airport.
Last time we went, about a year ago, we saw a lot of Americans,
Yeah.
a lot of tourists, but this year was very quiet.
There's really more tourists from October to March. It was very, very hot there. It was a lot hotter than I expected. We really felt like people were not as healthy as they were a year and a half ago. We saw a lot of signs of mental illness. There's no feminine products for the women anymore. And so our hearts were really touched by the Cubans on this trip. We're hoping that we will be able to plan another trip in February to be able to take more things, and especially we're trying to get some medical supplies. We've already got some people interested in donating. So
It is a fascinating country to see. There's a lot of history there, as you know, if you're familiar with the Cuban Missile Crisis and the communist takeover in the 50s. There's a lot of things they show. They have museums and places that you can check out all that history. But the people themselves are very nice. They're beautiful people. And they really appreciate anything you do. And they really count on tourism. And it is open. So if you want to go, it's a good place to go. But definitely research, find a good place to stay. And if you need a good contact for information, we do have one. So she'll be happy to help you in any way. So let us know if we can help you.
But thank you, everyone who donated.
Yes,
we
we
really,
really
appreciated
do appreciate
it.
it. Thank you so much.
All
And
right.
they thank you.
Yes, they do. They very much. When we left Yipsy, she was just crying. She's my little Cuban hija, my daughter. So I've been taking Spanish for a year and a half, and I was able to use it. It's funny when you go to these countries that people want to speak English to you, and so I
A lot of them can't.
I tried to speak Spanish as much as I could. I realized some of the words I learned are not proper words in
You got to be real
Cuba.
careful some of the pronunciations there.
Yeah. All right. We're going to. Russ has all types of things spread out. He wants to show you tonight. But before we get into jewelry designing, Gabrielle had an inspirational cocktail tonight called the.
You'll see.
They can't pronounce it. So.
She can pronounce it. I cannot.
We're laughing.
You'll see.
So we're going to go to Carrots and Cocktails and get inspired by this week's Gabrielle cocktail.
Take it away.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Carrots and Cocktails. I am your host, Gabrielle. Today we're making another one of those French cocktails I can hardly pronounce. I have a French middle name, and I still just can't speak a lick of it. So this is how it sounds in French.
Boulevardier.
Boulevardier. Okay, maybe it sounds decent. And in English,
Boulevardier.
Boulevardier. I can do that one a little bit better. So this is basically a Negroni. You just swap out the gin for the bourbon. I'm into the big bold flavors lately a little bit better. Definitely gonna put a little hair in your chest. So let's go make one. To begin, grab your fancy stirring glass and fill it with ice. And the first thing you need is dark rye. I said bourbon in my intro, I meant rye. So we're using rye whiskey. This is a Basil Hayden. We actually used this last week too. We're just in a rye whiskey kind of mood. So you need an ounce plus, an ounce and a half or so. Pour it right into your glass. And next you're going to need Campari, a crowd favorite around here. It is a bitter orange Italian liqueur. Delicious and nice and punchy with those citrusy but bitter flavors. Into your stirring device, and just sweet vermouth, gonna help you boost that color just a little bit more, and you're gonna need about an ounce of that, so mostly equal parts in this cocktail minus just a little bit more whiskey. Next, grab your bar spoon. You need about 30 seconds. You want this nice and diluted, nice and chilled. This way you get it nice and silky. You don't want this as a shaken drink necessarily. It just doesn't taste right. You want it nice and smooth. Grab your strainer and pour it right on off into your cup there. And look at that pretty color. You love to see it. Beautiful. And to finish it, all you need is an orange peel. This was a little nub that fell off, so I just gave it a little extra zesty zest. And then just get those oils out of your peel. Get it nice and incorporated in your cocktail. That'll just kind of wake up the senses. And it is just delicious. You must have that extra orange peel, in my opinion. And that's all she wrote, folks. Cheers!
Thank you, Gabrielle. This is a tasty drink.
I like the
something
color of
different.
it with the Campari.
It's beautiful.
So how do you say it?
I have no clue.
Boulevardier.
Boulevardier.
Is that,
You have a
is that
different
like,
accent on that.
Is that like boudoir with a stutter?
It could be. I don't know. Our Southern is interfering with our French here.
Could be, very, very
yeah.
easily, I'm sure.
But that's a good one. Going into fall, get into a lot of these warm note cocktails. If you like to sit outside by the fire pit or whatever in the evenings,
Yep.
it's a warm, your little cockles
And
right up.
good bourbon and rye always do that. Right?
It does.
True, very
All right,
true.
let's talk about sparkly things.
All right.
Gemstones. So
As you know, we are Brummett Jewelry Design Studio, which means we design a lot of the jewelry that we sell. And there's several approaches to that. And we're going to show a couple things tonight of how we do that. To start with, Gabrielle, I want you to go to my camera. So basically what you've got here is a group of peridot that this customer had. There were some family stones. I think it was her mom and her grandmother's and a ring that she had. She wanted to combine them all into one ring. So we came up with this idea. And we added a couple diamonds just to kind of, give it a little extra pizzazz and break that up a little bit. So as you can see, I drew out a sketch of a design and she liked that idea. Next thing that we do is
we just show one thing.
we go to the computer and we do a CAD drawing. So here's the CAD design of that ring.
So a lot of people, when we show these gel packs, are like, oh, what is that? This is one of the greatest inventions for us because it's what is the top, silicon?
Silicone, yeah.
On the inside, it's sticky, so we can put the gemstones up there. And
It really
allows
helps lay it out so you can see it
yeah,
a lot better.
Because, fumbling with tweezers, and clients aren't always good with tweezers, so we can do layouts like this in these gel packs, and then it keeps it nice and safe
Yeah.
while we're waiting
They're
for the
great.
rest of the process to go.
So then we go from the drawing, that gets approved, and then we do the computer drawing. So this shows what it's going to look like. And you can see the prongs aren't pulled, they stick up in the air, which confuses people all the time. But that's what the computer has to make. So then I do all the finished work out of that. So after that's done, we, excuse me, cast the piece. So here's the casting of the ring from the drawing to the CAD to here's the casting, the blank mounting. So I'm in the process of polishing it now. So it'll get to a mirror finish. Then I'll cut the seats, and then we'll set the stones in here as well.
So how long does it take to polish the rough casting to get it shiny and then set the stones?
The way I do it is it takes me, really to polish this correctly, it takes about 2 to 3 hours, because when you grow these, the computer, the CAD does the drawing, then the computer builds it by doing a layer at a time. It has growth lines. Those growth lines have to be taken out, so it takes a lot of time, handwork, to get all the growth lines out to get this mirror finish that I want to get. So I've kind of sanded it now, but it's not high polished yet, but it's getting there. So that's kind of a step-by-step process of how you do it with a CAD. Now, occasionally, we'll do a hand-carved piece. Here's 2 men's rings I've been working on.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Would you rather work with a casting from a wax that you carved or from one that grew from the CAD CAM process?
It's easier, well, no, it's the same. The CAD CAM takes a little more time because generally we're dealing with more stones. With the CAD CAM situation, CAD designs, you're normally dealing with a lot more stones, and therefore we're having to do a lot of extra work. This is a wax model of an opal piece that I'm doing. It's a man's ring. Here's another one, a little bit broader piece.
I can't wait for you to cast those.
These will be pretty
Love
cool
those
pieces,
opals.
right? Yeah, these are great opals. I did one for a customer, a gentleman, a few years ago, and I said, I need to do some more of these for men. I'm actually going to make one of these. I'm going to probably wear one. I love them. They're just beautiful, intense colors. But I have a wax tube. I literally carved this out of a wax tube. I try to take these, and I like to shape them to the proportions and the shape of the stone, as you can see. It kind of follows the lines of the stone. So this will be a real clean bezel style. And this one will be kind of the same way. I just kind of did a little extra level on this one. So it's got kind of a little extra parting. It's in 2 pieces right now because I broke it. But anyway, as you can see, this one's going to be multi-leveled. But there you go. Now I got it.
Are you going to do those in white gold or yellow gold?
Typically, I like to do opals typically in yellow gold. However, I am doing a white gold one for a customer right now. It's got an opal in it and some purple sapphires and a diamond that looks really, really good in white gold. So kind of changing my mind on that. These rich, bright blues and greens typically look really good in yellow, but it's amazing how well this other one's looking in white. And here's another one to show you. Here are some beautiful stones we put together for a customer. These are tanzanite tourmalines and mint green tourmalines. And I just love this color combination. They're nice pastel tones that work beautifully together. And this one piece right here is going to be a bracelet eventually. And here's the top. Here's the wax. So we just showed you the casting of the ring, which is the gold. This is what we start with. We start with a wax model, and then we pour that into a mold, and the mold burns the wax out and leaves a cavity. And then we pour molten gold in it, and it forms the gold piece that we end up polishing and setting the stones in. So this will be a bracelet for that. And then this is going to be a pendant with the other stones to go with it. And it's going to hang long ways like this.
So
we'll have these
this
stones.
obviously is the top part of the wrist. There'll be a second piece
this will be sitting right there. Yep.
to finish it.
Yep. We got a
to the
back
back of
part
the
to it.
wrist.
Yep. And then we got this. This will make a nice little suite. Really, I think something really pretty and something unique and different. We're going to do this in white gold to keep it. These stone colors are kind of cool. So we're going to kind of keep that cool tone going on that.
It'll make them really pop.
Yeah. Now, you've heard about and seen our bubbles. We do a lot of bubbles. This is a great color combination that we just came up with. So there's a good idea to show you what colored stones look like. These are all tourmalines. And then I just finished up this one today. This is a customer's. She had a lot of little diamond rings and little cluster rings and pendants that she wasn't using. And we took about half of them, and I just kind of made this playful pendant. I got to add the chain to each end. But this just kind of that bubbles look and a nice pendant. So these are playful, they're elegant at the same time, but they're everyday. They're great to wear
I was
today.
going to say, this is a great design. It is a lot of diamonds, but it's not so over the top sparkly that it has to be a special occasion. This is very wearable for every day.
Yeah, our bubble series has been fantastic.
And I don't know what kind of chain they're going to do, but sometimes people do a yellow gold chain.
We are
with,
doing yellow.
With
Nice
the white
yellow.
gold. I like the way the two-tone just frees it up to wear with all your other jewelry.
So we can do these bold, we can do them small, we can do them with just 5 or 6 stones, we can do them with, 100 stones. We've done so many combinations of this, but it's a great playful and I think a very artistic way to do diamond jewelry or colored stone jewelry. So really, really good pieces. Also, going to our cadence. This is another one that I'm working on for a customer right now. Our cadence are our bracelets that we fit to your arm. This
Got
one
mine on.
has got black spinels in it. What are black spinels? Spinels are one of our favorite stones, but you see black diamonds and you see onyx. Well, there's a huge difference between gemstones and onyx. Onyx is a mineral. It's hard. It looks nice. They don't typically facet them. This black spinels are a nice gemstone that they facet, but they're not nearly as expensive as the black diamonds. Black diamonds tend to be also porous, and they dye them to get them to be that color. Whereas these are natural. They do enhance them by heating them, but they facet these, and they really have a high, smooth, really nice reflective surface. So you get this really, nice sparkle from these. There will be diamonds in the holes between them. I haven't got the diamonds in yet. They're going to be about 1/3 of a carat each. So this is going to be a beautiful bracelet, and it's going to have right about a carat of diamonds, and we're going to have the 4 gemstones there that are a little bit over 1.5 carats, I believe. So that's going to be a fun piece, and not only is that going to have a beautiful bracelet, she's going to have a beautiful bracelet, she's going to have some gorgeous earrings to go with it. These also are black spinels. These are very large. And we had these originally without the diamond. They're nice, but then, diamonds always help. So one of the girls here said, let's add a diamond to it. So we add a little diamond
I think that was brilliant.
just to dress it up a little bit. And that's going to make a really nice set with that bracelet for this customer. So we're very excited to get this finished up. This will be done in the next couple of days or so. So that's kind of how we do things. We'll sit with customers a lot of times, and then we'll start figuring out ideas or designs that we like. And sometimes we get inspired and come up with something we never thought about. Or they come up with something we never thought about.
We have fun. Yesterday we had 2 fun ladies. They've been best friends since the 6th grade.
They were a hoot.
And they were funny. It was like a lot of squirrels running through the room, creative flashes and outbursts. But they wanted to have matching bracelets. They have a little saying that they sign off to each other. They wanted to engrave on like a little nameplate. And they came in with one kind of preconceived idea, but we all sat down and played, and I'm really excited to see how those come out. So they're celebrating their friendship.
We ended up adding a couple gemstones to this little small plate to give it a little bit more pizzazz, and they're very excited about it.
Favorite color, their little saying to each other, and I thought that was very sweet. This day and age, to have a good friend like that is a real treasure. So
Yes,
I love that they're celebrating their friendship.
Yes, it is. Well, let's go to the light box. I'm going to show you a couple of things that we just have done. There's a beautiful tanzanite ring that this ring we did not make, is one of our suppliers. I have several suppliers that I deal with that I really like their work, the quality of their work, and the beauty of it. This is a classic, just an elegant diamond fashion ring.
Diamonds everywhere.
It could be a engagement ring if you wanted it to, but we did it with the tanzanite. It's a gorgeous stone. This stone is magnificent. It is a 3.55 emerald cut tanzanite. The mounting is platinum, and it's got a beautiful just presence about it. Just simple, elegant, timeless, classic. And this ring is $6,895, and it is a great value because these stones and platinum and gold and everything are going up daily right now.
I'll show you one thing. This is designed, if you're wondering why the head looks kind of tall, it's designed, I just pulled this off my finger, but it's made so you can nest a wedding band or another ring up to it if you wanted to. If that's not enough diamonds in the main ring, you can add more, so.
Exactly. So it's a beautiful ring. If you want a timeless classic, this is magnificent. This stone is fantastic. You can't really see the beauty of it on this camera. You have to see it in person. It's magnificent.
Tanzanite
One of
is
the best ones we've had.
It's beautiful. Everybody loves Tanzanite, but men love Tanzanite so much. I think Southern men kind of identify it with seeing their moms wear sapphires their whole life. But it's not, there's some gemstone colors that people are like, I'm not sure about that. But Tanzanite, check. It's always,
They're a great value
it's
too.
a great gemstone.
Yep.
So what else you got?
Let's show the emerald.
Okay.
This one's not set yet. I just kind of notched it so and dropped it in the mounting. The prongs are not pulled over. That's why it looks kind of weird. But again, look, the mounting is beautiful. It's a classic 4-prong, but if you look at it from the side, you can see there's diamonds on the outside edge of the mounting, and there's a mounting on the diamonds on the bail, the top of the mounting itself. So it's a classic, simple piece, but it's got a lot more elegance to it, which I think that stone deserved. It's a beautiful emerald. It's a carat 93, just under 2 carats. That's a 18 karat yellow gold mounting with the diamonds. And this is a beautiful piece. This will make a great, great Christmas or Hanukkah gift. And this is $5,995. It's a great, great value on that piece as
The
well.
prongs will be pulled over and minimized. They're tall now because you have to have a starting place, but it's not going to be set that tall. It's just got to pull them over and round them off.
Yep.
So, and I think emeralds are gorgeous in 18 karat gold.
Let's show one more piece that we're working on right there, and I'll show you some more custom things and get some opinions on things we're working on.
Okay.
This is an incredible garnet. It's a rhodolite garnet, but it almost has a cranberry tone as opposed to the typical purpley tone you see in rhodolites. It is a beautiful oval. It is a 3.52 carat stone, and the mounting is 18 karat white gold. Again, it's one of our favorite manufacturers helped design this piece, and this mounting with the 352 and the 18 karat white gold is $4,595. Again, one of a kind stone. You won't see these stones very often in this color tone.
I love this one. It kind of makes your mouth water.
It does. It's
Very
gorgeous.
pretty. But again, those prongs are not finished. It's just kind of sitting in there.
Yeah,
So.
just kind of notched it so it could sit and you could see it because it's beautiful. It's gonna be great.
Okay, what about this Tanzanite?
Okay, I showed this guy. Show the next. Again, we do a lot of pre-owned pieces and we work with a lot of state pieces as well. A lot of times customers come in as something maybe they've inherited or it's not their style or they're just not wearing it. And I'll instead of scrapping these pieces and melting them or selling them for gold, I will pay more for them in the sense that I can sell it to someone else and give them a great value, which this is one of those pieces. I've never seen a chain like this. It's 14 karat white gold. And this is a Tanzanite that's right at 20 carats that I made this custom pendant for. I did it real simple, real clean. I didn't want a lot of fuss with this, but the chain I think is really neat, the design of it, and I wanted something to go with it. So again, you can wear the chain by itself. It looks fantastic. You can hang this beautiful Tanzanite pendant on it, or you can put whatever else you wanted to put on it. It can be interchangeable. But this whole piece together, if I had to buy that chain from one of my manufacturers and make that pendant for you today, you're looking at somewhere between $14,000 and $15,000 for that combination right there. Our price is only $7,500 because we bought this as a pre-owned piece. We bought it before gold went crazy also. So if you want exceptional value on a very elegant, nice piece, this is timeless, I believe, the design of this.
The Tanzanite's not showing up.
I know, I was trying to put the
Yeah,
flashlight on there.
it's not going to show well. But it's a big cabochon. In other words, Tanzanite. It's got that deep, rich color to it. And it's a fantastic piece.
Similar to I bought this one at the same time, these two stones. I don't know if you can see the color in that. They're comparable to one another.
But it's a great fashion piece, and for $7,500, it's about half of what it normally would retail
Nice,
for.
heavy chain.
Yes, it is. It weighs over an ounce. So there you go.
All right. Which
All right.
camera are you going to?
All right, so let's go to a couple things, again, to show people how we do. Let's go to my camera here. We came up last year doing a bunch of color stone combinations. Here's something we've come up with that I think is a great combination of color. We're looking at sapphires, diamonds, a beautiful tourmaline, red tourmaline in the center, which is called a rubellite because it has that red tone like a ruby would have, and then the green stones are the savarite garnets. So we're going to do a ring, custom piece. This is going to be an 18 karat yellow gold because those tones are going to look fantastic. So here's the sketch of the drawing that I've kind of done to kind of get a feel for what it might look like when it's all said and done. We haven't gone to the CAD design with it yet, and it may change a little bit. We may make it a little beefier, not sure yet, but this is how we start. We start with an idea, then we can start playing around with it. If we want to expand it, we can. I love your opinion. Do you like the looks of this? Do you think that's a good combination? Should the ring part be heavier, or do you like it like it is? We welcome your comments. Again, this is the rubellite with savarite garnets, tanzanites, and diamonds. This
Like
is hopefully for
springtime.
Christmas.
Here, I'll put it up for you.
All right, I'll just throw it over here. Here is something that we made this mounting for another job, and I cast another one because I love just classic sometimes, and this is a platinum piece. So just a classic platinum mount. We did a little bit different. We kind of swept the heads, as you can see here, as opposed to doing these straight baskets. We try to give it, even though it's a simple, plain, 4-prong type mounting on the sides, we wanted to dress it up by making the heads a little brighter, a little prettier. The center stone was set up for a cushion cut. That's why we do double prongs, because they sit better in the double prongs. They don't tend to twist or move. So we have this beautiful, rich spinel. It's kind of a reddish orange spinel. And the girls here, the ladies here that work with me, said, instead of putting diamonds on it, let's do a tone-on-tone ring. So they came up with the idea of using these Malayan garnets on either side. I would love your opinion, everyone watching tonight, if you would send us your opinion. Do you like this tone-on-tone combination for this platinum ring? Or would you rather see white diamonds on either side of that, or yellow diamonds? We love your input. Again, we're building pieces. We like customers to tell us what they like, because if they do that, they might be more inclined to want to buy it, right? So there you go. So that's a great piece we're working on.
I picked out the suite of the reds, so personally, I vote for that.
There you go. You did.
Yes.
Here's another one that we're working on. Again, you can see I'm doing a rough drawing here of a ring. This is one of my favorite stones that we've got. This is a blue zircon, which comes from Cambodia, the only place in the world. And I'm going to do kind of a classic look with the diamonds down the side, but we're going to do it with 3 different sections of the ring. It's going to be raised up, as you can see here. The center will be raised with the diamonds, and the outside rails will be lower. So it'll be 3-dimensional. We'll have some open space, so it won't look so heavy. But this stone is very unique. It's hard to see here, but on the north and south end of that, the way this stone has been faceted, it intensifies the color. So it's darker on the tips. But it's also a scissor cut, which means it's long, straight facets, but they have 4 facets cut into it like a crisscross, like an X. So this is a fantastic stone. This is going to be a really cool ring, and just beautiful. The blue zircons tend to reflect light like a diamond. Actually, they reflect light sometimes better than a diamond. So they sparkle and twinkle. They're one of the few gemstones that really do just maximize that sparkle factor. So if you want to see a really cool ring, this is one to keep your eyes open on, because hopefully we're going to have this one again before too much longer. Got a lot of work to do.
Right, here's the next one.
The next one here we're working on is a beautiful tourmaline. This is a rich green stone. It is a deep, let me get the weight on this thing. What is this thing weigh? This is a 4.31 carat. It's a cushion cut. Gorgeous stone. Unfortunately, this gel pack this end's gotten damaged, so it looks kind of like spider webs on it.
Yeah, that wasn't the best one.
But anyway,
Yeah.
as you can see, we've drawn this out. Again, it's going to be a little bit wider tapering shank. we're going to do a halo around it, but not really the classic halo where all the stones are the same. We're going to have the halo on each end of it, flanked by larger oval diamonds on the side. Then off of that, a tapered baguette. And then off of that, we're going to tie it in with the round stones again that are on the north and south side. So, we try to do those classic looks, but we try to do them with our style and our taste, a little bit more punch to it, a little bit more style, something a little bit different so you don't see it going and coming all the time. And as you can see here, we're going to set the diamonds will be in all white or probably platinum metal, and the main ring will be 18 karat yellow gold or 14 karat yellow gold. And the stone itself also will be in yellow gold, and it will have, as you can see, the double prongs. That'll be all
That's
yellow
gonna be
as
beautiful.
well. Yeah, it's going to be a great ring. A lot of people like emeralds, but they get nervous about them because they are a little more fragile. You got to be a little more careful with them. Tourmaline's a little bit tougher stone, if you're a little bit more accident prone, I would highly suggest a tourmaline. And the color of the stone is really nice. It kind of mimics a nice rich green emerald, and also is at a fraction of the cost of what an emerald would be. So if you like this ring or anything that you've seen and you want to possibly consider purchasing it, we can build it right around your finger size, and we'll be happy to give you a very special price if you want to order it pre-construction, so to speak.
Yes.
Okay? Now, here's
See,
one
that's
of
my ring.
my favorite things I'm working on right here, and I'll show you. This is, you're gonna go, that's weird. Here is a bracelet I'm working on. You go, a bracelet? How is that a bracelet? Well, this is the top part of the bracelet. This is gonna wrap around the wrist right here. But we have got a beautiful opal, and I've got some sapphires that pull the color out of that opal. So what I'm gonna do is make a frame for that, bracelet, and then we're going to mount all of these sapphires and this opal in the center of this piece. This is going to be a real statement piece. I like to do one of a kind, what I call my collection pieces, and this is one of them. We only do maybe 8 to 10 or 12 pieces a year that are really special, one of a kind, artsy pieces that are designed to have hand down, designed to enjoy wearing hand down, because they're jewelry, but they're also art. This is going to be one of those pieces. This is going to be a magnificent bracelet.
Well, the coloration of that opal is so unique compared to some of the other ones we've had, and they just look yummy with the gemstones you picked out to go with it.
So that's the overall feel. It's going to be kind of a little bit of emotion, a little twistiness to it. You can kind of see here the back. It'll be hinged on the side there. But it's just going to be and that's going to be similar in size to what it's going to be. It'll be a little bit larger than what this is. But I think on the wrist, it's going to be, you're right, stunning. So we love opals and we love colored stones, and this is a great way to combine those together.
All right, we got time for one more.
One more? All right. This is just some stones. We got a friend of ours here, Matt Casson, he's a gem cutter. He's really one of the best around. These are some stones that he cut that I really thought were really neat stones. If you look closely, you can see they're not smooth lines. He's got fastening all around the outside of these stones, but these are some fun color combinations. We thought about doing some bracelets with these, space them out. Or these could make some fantastic, colored stone rings or stack rings. These would be really a lot of fun to stack up. And
Are
play
these
with.
stones that he has patents on, or are they ones
No,
that you gave him to?
These are some that he had
enhance.
that he was cutting, and I just loved them. I just loved them.
Yeah.
Because we like to do, big pieces, but sometimes people want smaller pieces. And the combination of these are great colors, and they can be mixed and matched with each other. But the quality of the cut, the quality of the stone, and the size is really, really nice
It could be
together.
a 3-stone ring. It can be a bracelet.
Could be
It could be a
anything.
north and south pendant.
A lot going on there. So there's kind of where we are, and that's some of the things that we do and how we do it. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you have any questions about anything, and if you would give us your opinions on some of the things we ask questions about, we would greatly appreciate your comments. And if we can do anything for you, if you got any ideas or dreams or things you want for the holidays coming up, we need to get you in here quick.
Tick, tick,
We're
tick.
getting busy.
Tomorrow is October 1st.
It's hard to believe. The fourth quarter, the last part of the year. That's
So,
scary.
I bought my first little pumpkin today at the grocery store. My first little fall thing.
Uh-oh.
Well, I did take a bag of candy corn to Yipsy in Havana, and it is her favorite new candy. So
She was flipped. She never had it before. Didn't know what it was.
no, she loved it. So we've got to get some more. I think it'll probably last as long as nuclear waste, so I don't have to worry about them
Probably
going
so.
bad or freezing them.
No doubt. Well, we do appreciate you joining us tonight. And again, if we can help you with any of your jewelry needs, if you have any questions, or if you have some dreams you want to fulfill, we'll be happy to help you any way we can. And again, we help people repurpose their jewelry. If you've got jewelry that you're not wearing, things you've inherited, or things you just don't care about anymore, bring them in. Let us sit down with you and see if we can help you figure out what to do with it, what's best for
You
you.
get some new jewelry.
Thanks, Brian.
That's always fun.
Until next week, we hope you have a very blessed week. Thanks for joining us. God bless you all.
Good night. Thanks
Good
for
night.
joining us.